beautiful friendlies. It's Carolyn again, and welcome back to my RV life. Capone is here on the floor. You can't see him, but he's here. Today it's going to be a little bit of a different video. I sat down to write a blog this morning, and instead I wrote a video. I didn't mean to. For anybody who writes or creates, you know, sometimes you sit down to create something and you don't know what's going to come out. Well, today what I'm going to share with you is what came out. This video is inspired by someone who wrote to me, left a comment a couple weeks ago and said, that's it, I don't have any more excuses, I'm gonna start planning my nomad life. And that excuses word has been floating around in my head for a couple of weeks, thinking there's got to be a video topic in there. How can I talk to people about the excuses or the reasons they use for not following their dreams, for not pursuing their passion, and not maybe living their authentic self. And that's kind of what came out today. So I don't ever script my videos. On the how-to videos, I mean, I think about what I want to talk about and I often take notes so I don't forget anything, but a lot of times I just turn on the camera and start talking. I don't script anything. Today I have a little bit of a script because I wrote this, so bear with me. I do have my laptop here. I'm going to be referring to that throughout my talk because I want to share as much as I can about what I got down on paper. In addition to kind of addressing the excuse or the reason topic, the lead into that is going to be what my channel is about. Who am I talking to? Why am I doing this? I thought that the whole excuses, living your dreams, pursuing your dreams, this all kind of seemed to flow together. So that's what today's video is going to be about. So first of all, my channel's purpose is about sharing my life. It's about, as one of my John Muir Trail blog readers put it, it's my journey to personhood, how I became the person I am today. And this channel is about how all of that came together to me living in an RV and sharing my experiences living in an RV, living a more minimalist life than what I lived before, shunning the consumerism that was a part of my life before that I decided wasn't how I wanted to live. That is what my channel is about. In the bottom core, it's about my life and my experiences. As a blogger, I realized early on that when I share my authentic self, when I share my story, I can connect with people. I connect with you. And I inspire people to look within themselves for the courage and the strength to make change and to chase your dreams. Because that's what I have been doing. I've done a lot of work to get where I am. And if I can inspire others simply by being honest about my feelings, my thoughts, my experiences, good and bad, by coming out from behind my fears, by overcoming my challenges in life and my very deep-rooted shame, and by being brave enough to share the real me, I can show others how to do the same. That was a profoundly intense experience. I've always wanted to be a writer, and when I started sharing myself on my John Muir blog and learned that my words can move people, it was pretty profound. And it inspired me to share more of my story. It inspired me to stop living in shame and fear. That shame was put on me. That shame and that fear and that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, was stuff that was put on me that I didn't deserve and I didn't earn, and yet I carried it throughout my life. So if I can overcome that and share my story and connect with others on a deeper level by writing, sharing my words, sharing my stories, sharing my experience, I could connect with others on a deeper level. And isn't that what art is all about? Sharing our innermost selves to connect with people. And then I found YouTube a couple months ago, And within days, I was reaching a much wider audience than I reached with my blog. And wow, I mean, I was all of a sudden getting thousands of comments and emails and messages of people who said they felt connected with me, who said that they felt inspired by me, who watched me and listened to me and said, wow, if you can do it, I can do it. You've given me the courage. So I want to share with you a couple emails that I have gotten. The first one is from Jane. Dear Carolyn, I'm a 54-year-old woman in Florida. My husband died last year and I was left with no skills for dealing with that. Like you, I've been through hell and back. I've been through physical, emotional, and sexual abuse, and was taught from a very young age that all I had to do in life was get married, raise a family, and take care of the house. And now, at 54 years old, I have no skills, no money, and I feel trapped. I realize now that I really never wanted this life. Ever since I was a young woman, I dreamed of traveling the world and seeing things and experiencing things. And yet I've never been outside of Florida. And now I'm unhappy and I fear I'm going to drink myself to death. But I want to change. I've watched you and I wonder, how did you do it? And I'm wondering, can you share some advice with me? How did you quit drinking and how did you change your life? So I responded to her and I shared with her my experience. I don't know if it's going to help her or not. The second email I'm going to share with you from Joan. Dear Carolyn, I'm 67 years old and I've always dreamed of traveling and living a nomadic life. But now my husband is ill and we can't travel at all. I live vicariously through your videos and admire your strength, courage, and honesty. I wish I had figured out some of what you know at a younger age. And now I fear I'm never going to be able to live my dreams. Keep doing what you're doing. You're changing lives and allowing others like me to live a life we've only dreamed of. Please keep sharing your life with us. So I am humbled and honored by the trust that you have shown by sharing yourselves with me. And this is why, despite some bumps in the road along the way, I am making videos. Everyone, every single one of us has a story. It may not be my story, but you have a story. Some adversity you had to overcome, some demon you had to conquer, and some battle that you had to win. Or maybe you're still struggling. Many of you are still struggling. I hear from you. Still fighting those demons, and you're looking for a way past it. And maybe, just maybe, my hope is that by showing that I have overcome my demons, that I have fought my battles over and over again and fall down and pick myself up and dust myself off and keep going, that if you can find some morsel in that will spark you to find your own inner warrior, because we all have one. We all have an inner warrior, and sometimes we just have to shed all of the shit that life piles on top of us to find that warrior. That warrior is within each and every one of us. So yeah, I make videos about my life, living in an RV, traveling around with my little dog, because this is the path I have chosen for now. Who knows what my future holds? My goal is to reach others who either want to live in an RV, a camper, a van, who want to pursue dreams of travel, living off the grid, living a simpler life, or whatever your dream is. Whatever your dream is. I hope that by sharing my life, I can inspire you to chase that dream. My purpose here is to reach those of you who dream to have a different life, away from the rat race and away from the hustle and bustle, the media-driven society that we live in. For those who stumble upon my videos and are content in the mainstream life, I applaud you. Congratulations. That there's nothing wrong with being happy with the house, the family, the career. That just has not been my experience. I've always been different. And my intent is not to judge or berate anybody for the choices they make in life. I'm the last person to judge anyone. I mean, seriously, have you been paying attention? I hope I don't judge. That is not my goal. My intent is to reach those who are not happy living that life. And yeah, I believe that by getting away from the lies of corporations, politicians, and media and getting closer to nature, many of us can lead happier and healthier and more fulfilled lives. That doesn't mean everyone would benefit from that. In fact, not everyone would survive a 250-mile hike alone in the wilderness. I know that. And I know that some people wouldn't be able to handle months on the road and breakdown after breakdown and living in national forests alone. This life is not for everyone. And I'm not here trying to convince everyone to give up their lives and live out here. I don't want everybody out here, for one thing. Living and managing life on the road, living in a 160 square foot, 23-year-old tin box is not for everyone. And I am not trying to convince everyone that it is. That is not my intention. But for those who dream of a different way to live, for those who have come to believe that modern society isn't natural, because I don't think it's natural, but that's my opinion, and believing that modern society just takes us further and further from ourselves and our true destinies, or if you just dream of another way to live, something different, something not mainstream, something that hasn't been crammed down our throats since birth, then this is the channel for you. That's my message. So recently someone wrote to me and said, okay, no more excuses, I'm doing it. And that got me to thinking about all the reasons that people are not living their dream life. And that's what I've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks. How can I create a message to help those who are feeling stuck, or to overcome excuses or very valid reasons? And I don't mean excuses is a bad thing. I mean, we have very valid reasons for not being able to just run away and live our lives the way we want to live. There are millions of people, though, who feel trapped in the lives that they have created, as said in the hundreds of emails and messages that I get. So there are many, many millions of people who, after they've chauffeured the kids from soccer practice to ballet and then home to cook dinner and do homework, and then at the end of the day finally settle in with a glass of wine, they go to that secret place, that private place that even their husbands don't know about, where if things had been different, they would live happy, unencumbered, and free. Or those who drift off at work, staring out the window, thinking of the path not chosen. Where would that place be? Where would you be? So if only they'd thought things through, if only they'd known they could make different choices. Many of us didn't know we had choices because we were told that we were supposed to live our lives a certain way. What would our lives look like if we knew we had choices early on? My channel is about having the courage to ask and answer those questions for ourselves. It's about challenging yourself to find your authentic self, your truth. If your authentic self and your truth is found in sticks and bricks houses surrounded by families saving for retirement and dreaming of your 3 weeks of vacation a year and your retirement at 65, good for you. I am truly happy for you. You've already arrived. You're done. That's a great gift. But for many of us, if we had a choice, if we thought things through in our 20s, our 30s, or our 40s, that if we had known that we had options, we probably would have chosen a different path. So that leads me to the excuses or reasons for not pursuing your dreams or our dreams. We all have many reasons. I flippantly tell those who comment to me and say, oh, I envy you, I wish I could live like you, or oh, I wish I could do that. I flippantly respond sometimes, all it takes is a choice. Well, I know it's not that easy. I realize it's much more than that. I realize that we have responsibilities, limitations, and restrictions in our lives that prevent us from just doing what we want to do, doing what would make us happy. So I'd like to hear from you. What are some of the excuses or reasons that are holding you back from living your life to the fullest and chasing your dreams? I would also like to hear, what are your dreams? Not everybody here, a lot of you have no desire whatsoever to live in an RV, and yet you follow me for some reason. I'd like to know, what is your dream? Why are you here? What are you getting out of it? And for those of you who feel like you have excuses or really legitimate reasons, what is holding you back? What's holding you back from following your passion? Is it money? Is it family? Is it fear? Is it lack of self-confidence? Is it the fear of what would you do to support yourself or work? So tell me, what are those things that that hold you back, and what are your dreams? I would like to hear what your dream is. Tell me when you get to that place and that daydream and you think, wow, if I had a choice, this is exactly what I would be doing right now. Tell me what that is. And then tell me what is holding you back. If you could have any life on the planet right now, where would you be? What would you be doing? Who would be with you? And what is preventing you from doing that? Okay, I can't wait to hear from you. So leave your comments and share with all of us, and we'll have a friendly, open discussion about dreams and obligations and excuses and limitations and all those wonderful things. And in the meantime, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you soon. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Talk to you soon.